Well, acne isn't just an issue for teenagers. It can be an embarrassment for men and women really of all ages.
But it's not something that you have to live with. There are plenty of treatments that can help.
Yeah, and Dr. Joel Schlessinger, a dermatologist, and he's a cosmetic surgeon, comes into the Morning Blend once in a while. Good to see you, doctor.
Great to be here.
Listen, I can relate to acne. When I was a teen, I don't know, freshman, sophomore in high school, you know, you break out on your face, and it's a time when you're building friendships, and it's tough at that age, but it doesn't just affect teens.
No, that's the thing, is that acne is pretty much, in many ways, extending its grip on many people. And what we see is acne as teenage years can continue laboriously until you're in your 20s, 30s, even 40s. And there is hope for it, though. That's the good news.
I don't think I never went to see a doctor for it. I just lived with it.
Right.
This guy could have helped.
I know he could have, yeah.
Well, you know, the thing about acne is that it is very treatable. In the past, I think the old mantra was, well, you'll grow out of it.
Yeah,
well,
teens are teens, and yeah.
You know, what we're finding is that there are a lot of reasons that people don't indeed grow out of it, and a lot of that is stuff that is in our food supply. You know, the old adage that, you know, chocolate is bad. Well, chocolate isn't all that bad, but milk is probably bad. So if you drink a lot of milk, it has hormones in it, and that can affect your acne. So it's kind of a big deal.
Well, since we're on this issue, let's stay on that issue. Anything else dietary that people need to know, avoid, or anything that they should consume?
Well, you know, so for example, the milk and milk chocolate is also an issue. So there are a lot of hormones in things. So what I recommend for my patients is that they drink almond milk. So almond milk has 0 hormones. It is completely stacked with vitamins. It has the vitamin D that you need. So you're absolutely losing nothing out by going with hormone-free almond milk, and you're getting all the good stuff too.
Well,
My kids actually love it.
Yeah, no, almond milk is good. And it's not just the diet, though. There's new advances that have come out in the last 25 years since I was really battling acne that have really changed how you treat acne. And we've got some before and after pictures that we'll take a look at. You can see on the left-hand side, she had a little bit of acne, and on the right-hand side, it cleared up a little bit. What'd you do here?
Right. This was just standard treatment. She didn't have to do anything serious. We did some treatments with some medications. So we use antibiotics that are very helpful, and those antibiotics are really a great tool. We sometimes have to resort to Accutane, but that doesn't always have to be the case. So, you know, these are standard treatments that if you come into my office within a month or 2, you're probably going to be looking close to this. Now, these people have also done things like avoiding milk. This person did not need Accutane.
It's a little more extreme.
Yeah.
Yes, and
she didn't need Accutane. She actually had an infection. So a lot of times what we're finding is that people have infections, and those infections are very easily treated, and you wouldn't think that. You would think, oh, this is an acne person, and she had very, very simple treatment and flawless skin now, flawless skin. Now, this individual had to have Accutane, so it was regarding her a little bit more difficult to get under control. Hormones can play a role. So many times we can put people on treatments that are hormone, things like birth control pills that are better. And of course, the most extensive treatment is Accutane. And Accutane is what a lot of guys and gals end up using. But most of these pictures are people that didn't need to have Accutane, and within about 2 to 4 months, they were looking like that. And it was just a remarkable change in their self-confidence, the way they present themselves. So the answer that I'd probably have to say to my patients and to people out there who have acne, whether they're parents of teenagers or whether they're adults who are dealing and battling with acne, is it is treatable. You don't have to look at you know, a lot of things to get it taken care of. And probably the Proactives of the world aren't going to get you the results that we can get in the office, because they're not going to have the types of medications that we have access to. Whether it's antibiotics, we deal with a lot of yeast that causes problems with acne. And there are just some things that we have tricks that aren't going to be contained in a bottle of Proactive.
Yeah, we looked at a lot of pictures of younger patients out there, but when they get to adulthood, is adult acne the same as teenage acne? I mean, is it the same thing?
That's a really great question, Mike. You know, adult acne is oftentimes infections. So, like if you work in a health profession, like as a doctor, or if you're in a health club where you're touching a lot of equipment, a lot of times those have germs on them. And so I spend most of my time with my patients kind of looking at what are they doing? Is there something like, are they working in an environment where they're using a keyboard, a computer keyboard that is infected with germs? Do they fly a lot on planes? Like if you look at the data, if you reach into those seat pockets on an airplane, about 50% of them have staph on them. So one thing I say is, like, if you're traveling a lot, please, please, please don't take that magazine out of the seat pocket.
Right. Sky Mall.
It's not a good idea.
Well, but the thing is about you know, treating some of these issues. I think, you know, don't blast those zits, right? I mean, because that can cause some scarring.
When you mean blast,
Absolutely.
you mean pop, right?
Pop,
Right.
You're right.
Yours might have blasted back in
that's
your
a-
teenage
That's
years.
how big they are.
Oh, that's a really good point too, because a lot of people make the mistake. They think that they're going to, you know, pop it and it's going to, you know, help them. Most of the time, it ends up shoving it deeper into the skin and causing more of a reaction and more problems. So the rule of thumb is, if you can simply squeeze it and it will come out without too much pressure, sure. If you're taking, you know, nuclear
Bobby
pressure to get it
pins or-
out, no, not a good idea.
Good advice. One more quick question, because we do have just a little bit of time left. But acne scarring, some people out there have that and might think there's nothing they can do about it. Are there treatments for that?
Oh, that is another great question, Kayla, because acne scarring is really not always acne scarring. Like if you looked at some of those pictures, you would think that those individuals had major scarring that needed lasers and all sorts of other stuff. I can tell you, I rarely have to resort to a laser because I can usually do it. Accutane is an amazing treatment for scarring in some people. As long as the acne is still there, as long as there's a little bit of acne going on, you can usually get it to improve and the scarring goes away magically.
Well, and magic, those before and after pictures certainly showed us some magic.
Yeah, lovelyskin.com. Dermatology is a website you can go to find Dr. Joel Schlessinger. A lot of treatment options out there. And just to think, all those years I went without chocolate and kept drinking all the milk. It was the milk. It was the milk.
You could have had all that chocolate.
I could have had all that chocolate.
I'll take all the chocolate.
Doctor, thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you very
Good to see
much.
Have a great
Thank you,
weekend.
guys. You
Guest of
too.
the